In today's halacha, we will discuss the meaning and importance of the 13 attributes of mercy, the Yud Gimel Midas Harachamim, that are accustomed to be recited on every day of Tachanun throughout the week. So there's different minhagim, different customs with regards to what segments of Tachanun different parts of Jewry recite at the conclusion of Shemona Esrei. Amongst Ashkenazim, the widespread custom is to completely skip the paragraph that discusses the 13 attributes of mercy that Moshe bequests to Hashem. However, in Nusach Sfarad, and so is the Hasidic Nusach and the Nusach of the Alter Rebbe in Siddur HaRizal, in the Siddur of the Alter Rebbe, the Yud Gimel Midas Harachamim are recited every single day by Tachanun. So we're going to discuss a few of the details of this prayer. First off, the source of it. So we all know it's an explicit verse in the Parshas Kisisa that Hashem had threatened to, God forbid, wipe out the Jewish people for their terrible sin of the golden calf. And it was due to this prayer that Hashem had revealed to Moshe while he was spending his 40 days in heaven, that saved the Jewish people and aroused God's mercy when it was most necessary. The Torah tells in that parasha how Moshe Rabbeinu turned to Hashem and said to him, Hashem, Hashem, kel rachum v'chanun. This prayer aroused Hashem's mercy for the Jewish people and saved us from annihilation. So, there's many different details that many people are not aware of with regards to this prayer. It is a very special prayer and has tremendous power. And therefore, it's a merit and carries with it different points of obligation when a person recites it. Number one, first and foremost, it must be recited with proper concentration. If a person is going to use this so-called tool that Hashem provided us to arouse divine mercy and not even pay attention to it, that's even more despicable than having not said it at all. And that's why it's brought in several poskim, the Birkei Yosef, the Shari Tshuva, the Kaf HaChaim, the Zechor LaAvram, the Chesed LaLofen, that it is extremely important to have proper concentration when reciting this verse of Hashem Hashem. A person for this reason to recite it slowly and carefully as written in the Ben Ish Hai. He should say it aloud as written in the Pirkei Eliezer, and that is the custom that we don't say it quietly like the rest of prayer, but we say it in unison and loudly. Some are accustomed to count the Yud Gimel Midas with their fingers. As the Ben Ish Hai writes, he says that this helps for concentration. You count Hashem, Hashem, and with your fingers you count down. This is similar to the Pitum Akteris, to the numbers of the incense that were offered as part of the Kteris offering, in which it's brought in Shulchanaruchharav. A person should count them with his fingers. Some even have the custom to picture each letter of each word of Hashem Hashem in his mind while reciting it. And this also is for the idea of concentration in the greatness of this statement. In the vocalization of this statement, the person has to make sure to make a break between the words Vayikra B'Shem and Hashem. Vayikra B'Shem Hashem Hashem Dem. He has to make a break between that, and he also has to make a break between the two names of Hashem, Hashem Hashem. As one Hashem is Dila Elul, another Hashem is Dila Sato, as is explained in Kabbalistic texts and in texts of Chassidus. And this is also brought in poskim such as the Kaf HaChaim, Falaji, and the Shalmei Tzibur. Another very, very important point regarding this prayer is the idea of reciting it with a minyan. This prayer, because it's so holy, is considered a Davar Shebekdusha, just like Kaddish, and just like Baruch Hu, and just like Kedusha. And therefore can only be said not only with the presence of a minyan, meaning that the 10 people in the area, but with the unity of a minyan, meaning you have to have at least 6 people saying it together to be allowed to say it. And therefore, if the minyan has already said it, and you're holding behind the minyan, you can no longer say it. Or, if there aren't enough people with the minyan that are holding in that area, then also cannot be said. The 13 attributes of mercy can only be said together with the minyan. Now, with regards to what some are accustomed to do, is that they read it in the tone of the reading of the Torah. The question is there an allowance for someone who's reading the Yud Gimel Midas, who's saying Tachanun without the unity of a minyan, either he's davening privately or the minyan's already passed him, can he say it in the tune of the Torah reading? And without going in too much in depth into this, this is a machlokes amongst the great poskim, as is brought down in Shulchanaruchharav in the laws of fast days. And while the arbitration of most poskim are to be lenient, as the Mechaber himself in chapter 565 rules in Halacha Hey, that a person may be lenient to read it in the tone of the Torah, because when he does so, it's as if he's just reading a pasuk. Nevertheless, there are poskim such as the Taz and others that negate this custom, saying that why are you reading it in the Torah tune? You're in truth really intending to supplicate before God, and it's forbidden to say the supplication without a minyan. So you're going to read it in the tune of the Torah to make believe you're reading a verse, but it's trickery, because we all know your real intent. That is the argument that the Taz there in chapter 565 brings against the ruling of the Mechaber. Once again, majority of achreinim of poskim rule that it is permitted. So rules the Matei Ephraim, the Seidei Hayom, the Kesher Gudal, the Ruach Chaim, the Seir Shuv, the Minchas Elazar, and many other poskim. The Rabbi Chaim No, the great Chabad posik, also rules this way. With regards to the Chabad custom, so in many Sidurim of Tehillas Hashem in previous times, they have printed that is what someone should do. If someone is davening in private, he should say Hashem Hashem in the tune of the reading of the Torah. However, in recent times it's been revealed that the Rebbe was actually asked this question, and the Rebbe denied this being the custom of Chabad Chassidim. In his statement, the Rebbe stated that he has never heard this being done, and it is recorded that it is not our meaning to do so in the Svarim Oitzim and Hoiki Chabad, his Kashrus, the Siddur of the Rav Raskin, and in Heichel Menachem in the new Sefer that they published. So all in all, it is definitely mutter based on the arbitration of the Achreinim to do so, but it seems that it is not the Chabad custom to do so, and therefore one just skips it when he reaches Tachanun. With regards to if a person is not part of the minyan, but hears the minyan saying Hashem Hashem Korach Mechanan, since it's considered like a Davar Shebekdusha, then he should stop and he should say it together with the congregation. However, this is only with regards to a person that is himself not in the midst of prayer. But someone who is in the midst of prayer in an area that's forbidden to stop, then he too may not stop, even for the sake of saying the prayer of Hashem Hashem.